some noise! Happy Thursday night! Make some noise for Simon Bloch and the Nighttime Routine! Oh yeah! Welcome to the Nighttime Routine. I'm your host, Simon Bloch. Simon Jupiter Bloch, if we're getting certificatious tonight. Let's get legit. Let's get Legiticus. Let's get Leviticus. Let's get biblical. Welcome to the show, folks. Thanks for coming out. Front row, glad you could be here. They got the expensive tickets tonight. What? Didn't a rapper do that? Who was it? Like, did 50 Cent buy the whole front row of another guy's concert and then deliberately didn't attend? Something like that, right? One of my enemies is making some money moves tonight. Very smart. A huge blow to my ego. Thanks for coming out. That is not the hum of an amp. I actually have a couple cats back here, so don't be alarmed. Folks, welcome to the Nighttime Routine. This is a talk show. Starting slow tonight. Come on in. Yeah, we're doing a bit of a talk show. We have the house band. Formerly known as Cup of Water. Now, under the illustrious new name, Signor Rubato. We got a desk, we got a bar, so please, at any point, if the jokes are not vibing, go get a little G&T, huh? Go get a little G and Jur Ale, you know what I mean? It's maybe the greatest thing I've ever said in my life. Totally off the top. Let's get started, right? Get started. What is going on? So before we jump into it, I started the last show 1 month ago, our first ever talk show, the Nighttime Routine, with a few remarks about what was going on internationally. Unfortunately, the story continues. Gaza is still being bombed. The atrocities seem to be unending. There's no jokes to be made here. Our tax dollars continue to fund this, and we can talk about it off stage. I would like to have a lively debate with anyone who disagrees, but I would not feel comfortable starting the show without acknowledging that. There's a lot of injustice around the world, but some of it the US is contributing to, some of it isn't, so it is what it is. Thank you for listening. Yes. And to those of you who thought, wow, that sounds familiar, similar to what he said last time, yeah. Let's maybe change the program. Okie doke. Folks, what's in the news, huh? What is in the news? Huge news, folks. Tonight, November 16th, The Crown will be entering its final season. You guys hear about this? The Crown will be entering the season, assuming no one finds the quicksand I hid under Buckingham Palace. Trying to take them all out in one go. The Crown will be entering its final season. A little bit of an assassination joke, okie doke. Speaking of The Crown, I found this out recently. This is true. Tyler Perry is the godfather to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's 2-year-old daughter. Shouldn't that have been bigger news? Tyler Perry is the godfather of the princess. I'm kind of disappointed that that was not covered more in mainstream media. Boom, nailed the first one, okay. A new MTA subway campaign has aggressive signage discouraging patrons of the MTA subway from participating in graffiti or scratchiti. No scratchiti on the subways. Please, we do not like when you do scratchiti. I've never experienced a sign condemning me from doing something that both taught me what it was and made me want to do it so bad. Ooh, I want to do some scratchiti. I want to write my mama's name on the subway with my keys. How are we doing? Should we just take off and I'll go do some scratchiti right now? Don't do it with your main house key, but a mailbox key, if it gets a little bent, who cares, right? Let's mark up these subways, huh? Okay, that tag didn't work. Is my pocket? No, we're good. I thought my pocket was inside out, but we're absolutely chilling. Folks, speaking of recent days, yesterday, November 15th, was named Steve Irwin Day, in honor of the beloved Australian wildlife and animal expert, right? May he rest in peace. His family, in honor of this new holiday, Steve Irwin Day, commemorated it by saying, "We love you, Steve. Thank you for changing the world forever." And it's true. He did change the world forever, because back in the 90s when his show started, no one knew that those guys sounded like that. That shit's crazy. Australians are brilliant, they're diverse, they're cool, they're laid back. They sound bananas. And we now know that thanks to Steve Irwin. May he rest in peace. Oh, fuck, I got beat. Oh, fuck, I got beat. All right. Alrighty. The New York Post is reporting. The New York Post is reporting the New York State Court of Appeals has temporarily lifted a Trump gag order. That sounds gross. Lifting a Trump gag order? Hey, the New York Post, I have an idea. Don't say that. That sounds extremely bad. Use other words. That's that one. I found out recently sea lions are very indecisive creatures. Did we hear about this? This is in the news. Sea lions, very indecisive creatures. Because they'll have an idea, but then they'll be like, or. And finally, some news. Some news about disgraced New York Congressman George Santos. Huh? His former fundraiser pled guilty to wire fraud. A former fundraiser for George Santos pled guilty for wire fraud. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about that stuff? No one gives a flying fuck about that guy. Let's start the fucking show, huh? I'm gonna go walk over to the desk. Yeah, I took a little bit too long there.